Sports Bets Complex. The Tide got the best of the Hoopers. Starting lineups for both of these teams. The Hoopers will go with Davis, Scott, Hogg, Stanford, and Ellison. It's Dossie, Jamison, Latney, along with French and Robinson. I think that Maiwen, will start, and Jean-Baptiste will get the start. So Robinson won't start this game for Tri-City. Tide control the tap. As Dossie will inbound sideline out. Tonight's officials, Ryan Lutz and Stephen Clough. Ryan Lutz hands it off to Dossie, who puts it in play. Maiwen for three. Won't go. Scott with the rebound. Here's Tyler Scott. Scott, the third leading scorer on the Hoopers, turns it over. Dossie tries to get downhill. Hogg will cut him off. Jamison, who was outstanding last time here at the complex, as Dossie's three, a little short. Jamison started that game hot. CJ was 4 for 4 from downtown before his first miss from three-point range. Tri-City 4-1 in the last 5 games, including 2 road victories in Newfoundland versus the Road. Here's Latney off the handoff. Ellison will pick him up. Latney blows by him and banks it in. Good looking move there by Kendall Latney, averaging 19 points per game and 3 assists. At 27 points in the last matchup versus Newfoundland, along with 8 rebounds. Three-pointer won't fall for Jamison. A foul, and that's on Stanford. Actually, it's on Tyler Scott, his first, team's first. So Latney will inbound for the Tide. Jamison gets inside, kicks it out to Maiwen. Shot clock under 5. Jamison forces it up. Maiwen with the rebound. Dossie will try for 3. That'll rattle out. Another offensive rebound. Latney's put back not there. So 3 offensive rebounds for the Tide, and then Davis throws it away. Jamison cut off by Scott. Tyler did well to get back in transition. And Stone Davis slows up the pace and walks it over the timeline. Here's Ellison. Looking for that split action. Over the Hogg. Hogg step back three-pointer. Left it short. Davis with the rebound. Ellison, that's ripped away by Jamison. Stanford with the hustle on the floor. Keeps it alive for the Hoopers. Hogg's baseline jumper won't go, but Stanford with the putback. Outstanding hustle by Adam Stanford, averaging 18 points per game and 5 rebounds. Stanford, outstanding 13 games for the Hoopers. Jamison, nice cut back door. Here's Stanford. Now Scott will try for 3. Got it from long range. Tyler Scott knocks down the three-pointer. Shoots it at 47% from downtown, folks. Who can really stroke it is Tyler Scott, averaging 16 points per game for the Hoopers in 8 games played this season. Jamison off to a cold start. He's left that three-pointer well short of the rim. Davis corner three, it's good, and the foul. So Tone Davis with the rare 4-point play off of the rotation. So Finley Jean-Baptiste will pick up his first, team's first. Davis for the rare 4-point play. Averaging 24 points per game. That's tops for the Hoopers. He'll complete the 4-point play as Davis. Impressive numbers, 4 assists and 5 rebounds. And shoots the three-pointer at 33% on the season. 20 points in that victory on the road versus Port City. 111 to 108 early in the month. Jamison is shaken up on the play, and Jean-Baptiste is fouled by Stanford. But Jamison is down. Looks like he might have got hit in the face. So it'll be Stanford's first, team second. So Jamison appearing to be clutching his right eye. So let's hope that CJ's okay. Jackson Minenya will come in along with Brandon Bellotti for the Hoopers. Well short for Jean-Baptiste. About 1.5 feet short of the rim on that first free throw attempt. A little better on the second. Recalibrated was Finley. He'll go 1 for 2 in his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Towns the second in the game now for the Tide. Coming in for Jamison. Davis for 3. That won't go. Nenye with the rebound, blocked by Latney. Now here's Towns the second. Dossie for 3. Won't go. He's 0 for 2 from downtown. A struggle for the rebound and a tie-up between Davis and Jean-Baptiste. So they're jumping up in the circle here. Jean-Baptiste wins the jump. Wild shot off the backboard. Bellotti comes up with the rebound, and Finley Jean-Baptiste will pick up his second personal. Team's third. So we got a stoppage here, and I'm not sure if the gentleman that's trying to check into the game is actually on the actual game roster. He's wearing number 10, but I'm not sure if they officially signed him into the game, and this could be an issue for the Tide. If he is not in the original start lineup that is on the score sheet at the start of the game, I don't believe he can continue in this contest. So that's going to be detrimental to the Tide if they can't clear this up. Maybe a clerical error by this coaching staff for Tri-City. Try to clear things up. But nonetheless, I don't believe he is on the roster. As the public address announcer, Russell McKenzie, couldn't properly announce him into the game. So Stephen Clough, the crew chief, I think he's explaining this to Tri-City, and it doesn't appear like they're going to win their case. So folks, I wish I knew the name of this man, but I don't. I can't really clear up what's going on in the confusion at the minor officials table. You can see the frustration by this Tri-City coaching staff. Not sure if they properly gave the right roster. They are pleading their case to keep this young man in the game. Let's see if they're going to allow this to go on, but it doesn't appear like they're removing him from the game. He's still out there. Robinson, who's on the active roster, still on the bench for Tri-City. He had a pretty good game last time in here. So they're trying to sort this out. And it doesn't look like they're going to win. It is a technical foul. So a technical foul on Tri-City. Number 10 won't get a chance to play tonight. Davis will shoot. One shot plus possession. Ephraim will come in. He is on the official score sheet. Davis, who shoots it at 89% for the free throw line, gets it to go. So a very auspicious start here for Tri-City. Trailing by 5. Hoopers looking to extend the lead. Just over 7 minutes remaining in a very interesting first quarter. Inyenya, Bellotti, and that's knocked out of bounds by Latney. Shot clock at 14. Scott will inbound baseline. Here's Bellotti trying to go to work on Latney. Draws the double, drops it off to Jackson. And Jackson and Inya will lay it up and in. Nice cut there by Jackson. And good find by Bellotti. Bellotti, a spark plug off the bench for the Hoopers. Here's Dossie. Gets inside and banks it in. An explosive move by Dossie. Hogg now. Good rotation. Hogg on the Iverson cut. Hogg trying to bang his way down low. Bellotti can't handle the pocket pass. Maiwen. Dossie corner three, won't go. And Inyenya with the rebound. Now the Hoopers will look to run. That's poked away from Hogg from behind. Dossie's banks it in. Another tough move in the lane. And just like that, the lead's cut to 3. Davis for 3, that'll rim out. Maiwen gets behind the defense, and he'll bank it in. Cuts the lead to 1. Here's Hogg. Scott backdoor. And then shots blocked. 3-on-1 back the other way. Ephraim will lay it up and in. Bellotti tries to bang his way inside. Here's Davis with the teardrop, won't go. Tide looking to build on this 1-point lead. Dossie for 3, got it. 11-0 run for the Tide. They go up by 4. As Tim Kendrick has seen enough, he'll call timeout. Hoopers basketball out of the timeout. 11-0 run by the Tide. Tide's in the game now along with Mason. Jones, who's checked in, along with C.J. Bennett. And then again gets it disrupted and poked away. Now Latney, he'll pull it out. Maiwen cuts inside and banks it in. Got the start tonight, and he's been good for the Tide. Rebound. Now here's Towns the second. Dossie for 3. Won't fall. And Ninyanya with the rebound. Here's Bennett now. CJ between the legs. Poked away. His last touch by CJ. He lost it on the way up. Ellison and Stanford will come in. So it's Tynes, Bennett, Jones, Ellison, and Stanford for Tim Kendrick. Latney drops it off. Won't go for Maiwen this time. Stanford posting up. Latney stripped away by Dossie. They have numbers on the run out. Towns the second, drives baseline, and Maiwen is fouled by Ellison. That'll be Tim's first. So it's the third team foul on the Hoopers. Timeout on the floor. 2:54 remaining here in the opening frame. The Tide in the midst of a 13-0 run, leading it 18-12. Halifax shooting at 30% from the floor, 4 of 13. The Tide, 8 of 22 at 36%. Both teams struggling from downtown. Tri-City 1 for 11 from distance. The Hoopers 2 of 6. Davis leading the way with 5 points. Dossie with 7. Scott's got 3. Maiwen has 4 for the Tide. Tide basketball out of the timeout. It's Dossie, Towns the second. Ephraim along with Maiwen. Here's Towns the second with the pull-up. Ellison with the rebound. Tides on the run-out. Nice shot there, power it up. Mason Jones able to power it up and in to break up that 13-0 run. Hoopers getting back on defense. Last touch by the Tide. Here's Jones for 3. Won't fall. Now Dossie. Ephraim. And Jones with the tie up. The old jumping up. Nice save by Stanford between the legs. He was able to chase it down. Here's Bennett for 3. Got it. CJ wide open triple. And he all nylon for him from distance. Cuts the lead to 1. So Halifax with a late push here in the first. Explosive move, Towns, as the seas parted for him. He laid that up silky smooth off the glass. Jones down. Draws the double. Ellison thought about 3. Jones will try now. Jones. 2 for 3 from downtown by Jones. He'll tie it up. So Mason providing a spark off the bench. Back-to-back 3-pointers for him. Towns cut off by Tides. Bennett with the steal. Bennett waits. Floater. Got it! CJ with a quick 5 points off the bench as he was eyeing the defender all the way down. Crafty move by CJ Bennett in his second season here with the Hoopers. And the Hoopers go up by 2. Ephraim loses the handle, gets it back. And Gray ties it up at 22. And that's Craig, excuse me, wearing number 10 for the Tide. Tynes for three, nice follow by Stanford. Dossie will count if it goes. So after one quarter completed here at the complex, the Hoopers lead it 24-22. We'll step aside, we'll be back with more Basketball League action here on TBL TV. Here at the complex, leading it by 2. Jones, Ellison, Bennett, Tynes, and Stanford will start the quarter for the Hoopers. Good to see Jameson back out there. He suffered an injury in that first quarter for the Tide, so he's come back in. Jameson averaging 19 points per game and 3 assists for Tri-City. Here's Tynes. Stanford, nice catch. That's deflected away by Towns, the second. Neal gets it back. Blocked by Ellison, it will stay with Tri-City. Ephraim, Neal, Craig, Towns the second, and Jameson will get the start here in the second. Three-pointer no good. Won't fall for Neal. Jones for 3, he is hot, he does it again. Mason Jones, three-pointers, he's 3 of 4 for the Hoopers. Here's Neal. Jameson gets inside. Try to drop it off to Craig. Ephraim will lay it up and in. So Teddy Ephraim with the bucket off the glass. Jones try to go give and go with Ellison, that's ripped away. Jameson for 3, splash. So C.J. Jameson Jr. checking back in on a revenge tour. That three-pointer, he was outstanding last time into this building, was Jameson Jr. Ellison drives baseline, is tipped away by Craig. And a high flying alley-oop as Ephraim goes up high and sends it in. Tynes. Nice catch by Ellison inside, and Ellison is fouled. Should be on Neal. I think Tim was in the act of shooting. He'll shoot two. Ellison's first one comes up short. Tim averaging 15 points per game and 8 rebounds. Shoots it at 88% from the free throw line. Had 19 points and 9 rebounds and 3 assists in that win on the road versus Port City. Hoopers 3-2 in the last 5 games. They are 1-4 versus Tri-City this season. Scott comes back along with Davis for the Hoopers. So some confusion here, and I think at this time it's the game clock. Either the game clock or the shot clock, nonetheless. Ironing some things out here tonight. So the corrected, he'll shoot 2, not 1. Appeared that he shot the first. Oh, they still give him 1. I was right. So he'll go 1 for 2. Cuts the lead to 1. Here's Towns the second. Neal gets inside. Neal will bank it in. Nice cut off the ball by Neal. Here's Stanford on French. James trying to guard Stanford, bangs his way inside. Craig with the rebound. Stolen by Davis. Ellison and Craig will be called for the foul. Outstanding play there by Tone Davis on the baseline to steal it and find a cutting Tim Ellison, who will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Tim leaves the first one short. He'll once again go 1 for 2. Poked away by Stanford. Stanford inside on Towns the second. Mismatch, but Towns the second will rip it away from Stanford. Tide have numbers on the run out and a moving screen called on French. Actually, it's on Craig, not on French. So Jean-Baptiste will check back in for the Tide and Hogg for the Hoopers. Here's Hogg. Scott looking for Ellison. It's stolen by Jean-Baptiste. And Scott will take the hit. After turning it over, Tyler Scott gets back in transition. So Jean-Baptiste will pick up his third. So Wol Maiwen will come back in. And Maiwen had quite the first 12 minutes for Tri-City. Thrust into the starting lineup tonight is Wol. Jean-Baptiste will sit down with 3 fouls. Ellison's got the mismatch on Neal inside. Ellison steps out beyond the 3-point line. That won't go. Maiwen with the rebound. Nice bounce pass to Neal, but he's rejected from behind by Ellison. Jamison Jr. bottled up by Stanford, and that'll be a 3-second call. Well, standing on the ball defense by Adam Stanford. Turnover number 7 for the Tide. Dossie will check back in. He leads the Tide with 7 points. Stanford's pass to Ellison, just out of his reach, and a timeout on the floor with 6:58 remaining here in the second period. The Hoopers trailing it 31-29. Hoopers shooting at 40% now. 10 made field goals on 25 attempts. Tri-City at 45%, 14 made field goals on 31 attempts. Tri-City struggling from downtown, 2 of 13 at 15%. Hoopers 5 of 12 at 41%. Mason Jones got 3 of those 5 3-pointers. Coming into this game, Tri-City shoots it at 33% from downtown. The Hoopers at 37%. Field goal percentage pretty much on par between these two teams. 47% for the Hoopers, 45% for Tri-City. So it's Maiwen, Dossie, Jamison Jr., French, and Neal for Tri-City out of the timeout. Halifax will counter with Hogg, Stanford, Scott, Davis, and Ellison. Here's Dossie. Floats it up for Maiwen. Can't tap it in on the alley-oop. Now Davis freezes Maiwen. Stanford, couple tries and he'll bank it in. French for 3. Stanford taps it out to Hogg. Hogg spins around, pull up, won't go. Dossie behind the back to Jamison Jr. And CJ's fouled on the run out by Davis. And he'll shoot 2. So Davis picks up his first team foul. CJ will shoot a pair here. Ty, second time to the free throw line tonight. Gets the shooter's bounce on the first. Nyenya and Bellotti will come back for the Hoopers. And Jamison Jr. goes 2 for 2. Scott with a pull-up just inside the three-point line. Dossie clears the boards for the tie. Dossie gets inside, spins, left hand, throws up the wild shot. Was looking for the contact, couldn't get the whistle. Maiwen steals it from behind. Hogg looked like he got contact there, but Wol Maiwen will finish through the contact back the other way. So Jackson Nyenya will pick up his second, third team foul. Hogg back up to his feet. But Wol will shoot the and one, and he gets it. He's got some spring in his step tonight after starting this game for Tri-City. Doug Thomas not available. Big Doug down in the United States trying out for the big baller. Big three league, that is, as Neal goes right to the rim and banks it in. We say good luck to Doug Thomas trying out for the big three. And that's a big three by Tone Davis. And that splashes down from distance to cut the lead to 4. And there's Maiwen again attacking the rim. And Jackson will pick up another personal foul. So that'll be his second, team's third. Two more shots from the free throw line for Wol Maiwen. CJ Bennett checks in. As Maiwen will go 2 for 2. Here's Davis off the pick and roll. Bellotti banks it in. Outstanding two-man game between Bellotti and Davis. And that was through some traffic there as he has to split the D. Maiwen turns it over. Davis on the run out, chased down from behind by Jamison Jr. And that's a foul on CJ. Tone Davis will shoot 2. So Jamison Jr. will pick up his first, team's third. Tone with an opportunity to cut the lead, the 2 here from the free throw line. So Teddy Ephraim back in. French will check out for the Tide. And the Hoopers leading scorer at 24 points per game. Davis knocks down both to cut the lead to a 2. So it's a 1-possession game. Here's Jamison Jr. Gets inside and banks it in. Tough shot by C.J. Jamison Jr. through the contact. Bellotti, look out. He'll bank it in. Cuts right between the defenders. They didn't want anything to do with Brandon Bellotti coming down the lane. If you're not careful, he can stick you on a poster. And Bennett will be called for the foul. Climbed over the back of Jamison Jr. So Bennett picks up his first, team's 4th. Next one, Hoopers over the limit. And the Tide will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Dossie gets it back. Latney's come back in for the Tide. Dossie for 3. Chases down his own miss. Maiwen with the teardrop on the baseline. Here's Latney, kicks it out to Dossie, again from the same spot, won't go. So the Hoopers dodge a bullet there, couple chances for the Tide on that last sequence. Under 3 minutes remaining in the half. Davis might have got contact on to that 3-point attempt. Bennett, it won't go. Couple tries there for the Hoopers. Jamison turns it over in a wild sequence. Bellotti flushes it with 2 hands. So Jamison Jr. was looking for contact on the run out. And Brandon Bellotti, the beneficiary of that turnover. We'll have a whistle here. Timeout on the floor. Ellison and Tynes will come in. Folks were tied up at 42 apiece with 2:26 remaining in the first half. It's been back and forth here in the second period. Both these teams slow start in their early going. But this second period has been nothing but fireworks back and forth as each team taking their shot in their runs. Hooper shooting at 41% now, 5-15 for 36 from the floor. Tri-City at 42%, 17 of 40. The Tide struggling from distance. They are 2 of 16 at 12%. Halifax shooting at 42%. They're 6 of 14. It's the reason why we're tied up at 42%. 42 apiece, excuse me. That shooting percentage at 42% is just above their season average of 37% from downtown. So it's Bellotti, Ellison, Bennett, Tynes, and Davis for Halifax. Tri-City, they'll counter with Latney, Dossie, Maiwen, Jamison Jr., and Ephraim. Here's Dossie. Ephraim lays it up and in. Nice backdoor cut off the pick and roll by Teddy. Ellison with the tough catch in traffic draws 4 defenders. And Tim Ellison will shoot 2. Ellison 2 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. As Latney will pick up the personal. It's the 14th foul for the Tide. The next one, they're over the limit. So both of these teams, no fouls to give the rest of this half. So Ellison once again will go 1 for 2. Dossie gets it over the timeline, closely guarded by Davis. Dossie with the pull-up, he'll drain it. Here's Davis. Tynes for 3, it's good. Good looking stroke there by Josiah Tynes. As Davis found him cutting off the ball. Jamison Jr. with the tough layup in the lane. So the Tide go back up by 2. Ellison draws the double. Bennett cuts backdoor. Nice catch by CJ, and he'll bank it in and ties it up at 48. Maiwen with the face-up. Maiwen with the drive. That won't go. Here's Bellotti. Brandon step through. Nice pass. Finds a cut in CJ Bennett. Latney for 3. Ellison taps it to Davis. Here's Bellotti. Step through, kick out. Now Davis will settle it down. 10 on the shot clock. Ellison, nice catch in the lane. Tim barrels to the limb. That's rejected by Maiwen. Here's Dossie with the pull-up three-pointer. Won't go. Bennett, he's got time. Bennett end to end. To Ellison, he'll lay it up and in right at the buzzer. 19 of 41. They were 7 of 16 from three-point range, and they were 7 of 10 from the charity stripe. Tri-City shot at 43% and 20 for 46 from the floor, 2 of 18 from downtown. They were 6 of 7 from the free throw line. So it'll be Hoopers basketball to start this third period. It's Scott, Hogg, Davis, Ellison, and Stanford for Tim Kendrick. Here's Stanford. Gives it to Davis. Davis back to Stanford. Adam drives baseline. Ellison with the rebound. He'll drop it off to Hogg. Hogg with a couple chances there. It's deflected away. Now Jamison Jr. over the Dossie. Down to Maiwen, and he'll draw the foul on Stanford. So Finley Jean Baptiste will start the third period. He got some foul difficulty in the first half. Playing with 3 personals is Finley Jean Baptiste. Wol Maiwen, 9 points. In the first 24 minutes. And Maiwen will go 1 for 2 on that trip. He's up to double digits now with 10. Davis drops it off to Ellison. Tim will throw it out to Scott. Back to Ellison for 3. Got it. Tim Ellison can shoot it from distance. Shoots it at 60% from downtown as Tim Ellison in his brief time here with the Hoopers. Corner 3, air ball for Jamison Jr. Davis with the hustle on the loose ball. Jamison Jr. gets it to Maiwen somehow. And Wol will bank it in plus the foul. And he'll go to the line to complete the three-point play. And that was all set up by the hustle of C.J. Jamison Jr. Didn't give up on the play off of that air ball from the corner. As Wol Maiwen will go back to the free throw line and he'll complete the three-point play. Ellison had a notion for three, gets inside, left it short. Jean-Baptiste comes up with the rebound. He's clutching his left eye. Alley-oop, that's deflected away by Scott. Great hustle in transition. Here's Stanford. Stanford loses the handle. And scramble for the loose ball. Bodies all over the floor. So it looks like Jean-Baptiste will tie up Stanford. And they'll jump it up. Latney and Stanford help back up to their feet. So a jump ball here. Tide will control it. Dossie walks it over the timeline. Latney gets inside, and that's stripped away. No, swiping down motion by Tyler Scott. That'll be his second foul. So Latney will shoot two. Came into this game averaging 19 points per game and 3 assists on the season. Coming off a 27-point performance versus Newfoundland on the road. They went 2 for 2. He'll go 1 for 2. Another offensive rebound by Maiwen, but he can't convert. Hogg with the pull-up, it's good. Dossie gets it back off the split action. Maiwen cuts back door, but he can't hold on to that pass. Another turnover for the Tide. Here's Hogg. Spins inside. Stripped away by Dossie. He steps on the end line. It will stay Hoopers basketball. Scott will trigger the inbound on the baseline. Davis wide open for three. And we have a foul away from the ball, and who's it on? So it's on Latney. That'll be his second. Team's first. As Tyler Scott will once again inbound the basketball for the Hoopers. Here's Stanford. Explosive move, splits the defense, and Adam lays it up and in. Strong move there by Stanford. Leads up to 6. It's the largest for the Hoopers. And Jamison banks it off the glass and in. Strong move by CJ. Now here's Scott. Hogg now looking for Stanford, posting up Dossie. Davis. Got to get it up is Hogg. He elects to pass it to Ellison, and Tim couldn't corral it just as the shot clock was winding down. Here's Dossie now. He'll walk it over the timeline. Dossie rejects the screen, banks it in, and he'll go to the line to complete the three-point play. as he was able to take Hogg off the bounce after rejecting that ball screen. So Hogg picks up his first 14th foul. With 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. Tri-City in the driver's seat here. The next team foul committed by the Hoopers. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. So Dossie completes the three-point play. Allison, nice catch. And Allison finishes in the lane. Here's Dossie. And a moving screen on John Baptiste, and that's his fourth. As Tone Davis did well trying to fight over top of that ball screen. Might have gotten away with a little theatrics there by the veteran Tone Davis. Nonetheless, it's to the betterment of the Hoopers. So John Baptiste will have to go to the bench, picking up his fourth personal. On comes Craig for the tie. Maiwen strips it away. It looked like it was last touched by Scott. Well, you can't challenge plays here in the basketball league. Scott was heading the other way. And it will stay Hoopers basketball. 13 on the shot clock. Mason Jones comes on for the Hoopers. Jones was outstanding in the first half. 3 for 4 from downtown. Here's Stanford. Strong move by Adam after losing the handle. And he's fired up. Dossie now. Dossie blow by on Jones. And Dossie will get teed up, him and Jones. Appears they both got teed up. Let's just wait for the initial announcement. So Jones will pick up a personal foul plus a technical foul. And so will Dossie. So DQ Dossie will pick up the technical, but he'll shoot 2 here. Hoopers over the limit. So with just over 7 minutes remaining here in the quarter, Tri-City will shoot free throws on every foul committed by Halifax. So DQ goes 2 for 2. Stanford, blocked by Maiwen. Scott rips it away from Craig, and Tyler Scott will earn himself a couple free throws. So Craig picks up his third, team's third. Scott will shoot 2. Tyler, a 76% free throw shooter on the season. Averaging 16 points per game and 2 assists and 6 rebounds in 8 games is Tyler Scott, the 2-time All-Canadian from the University of Prince Edward Island. And he'll go 2 for 2. Josiah Tynes into the game now for the Hoopers, along with Towns the second for the Tide. Maiwen for 3, that might have been out of his range. Now here's Tynes, gets downhill. Stanford with the putback, not there. Craig with the rebound. Here's Jamison Jr. Poked away, he'll get it back. Latney will bank it in off the glass and in. Here's Scott. Stanford. He'll lose the handle. That'll be a turn of lots of contact on Stanford off of that pick and roll. Tim Kendrick not happy about that decision on the baseline. Timeout on the floor. Halifax leading it by 3, 65-62. 5:51 remaining here in the third. As Tim Kendrick continuing to plead his case with the crew chief, Stephen Clough. So Dossie leading all scores with 14 for the Tide. Davis leading the way for the Hoopers with 10. Halifax shooting at 46% from the floor. 24 made field goals on 52 attempts. Tri-City at 44%, 24 made field goals on 54 attempts. They are 2 of 19, struggling from downtown. Halifax, on the other hand, 50%. They're 8 of 16 from beyond the arc. And as mentioned, coming into this game, both teams shooting it relatively well. Over 30% from distance. Tri-City at 33%. Halifax at 37% from beyond the arc. So Neal will come on for Tri-City out of the timeout. Wol Maiwen, along with Towns II and Jamison Jr. for Tri-City. C.J. Bennett, he'll check in along with Brandon Bellotti for the Hoopers. Here's Neal. Jamison Jr. trying to turn the corner on Bennett. Couldn't get the shooter's touch. Now here's Jones. Jones with the step through. He'll draw the foul. And it might be on Neal, but it could be on Jamison. So it is on C.J. Jamison Jr. That's his second. Team's fourth. And Jones and Jamison Jr. continuing to talk to each other in between whistles. Maiwen almost stole the inbound. Here's Bennett. Shot clock under 10. Tynes has got to get busy. Josiah off the bounce. Switches to the left hand. Gets his own rebound. Rejected by Maiwen. Bennett for 3. And lots of contact under the rim. As both teams trying to gain advantage in position off of that missed shot. Adam Stanford will pick up the personal as he was jostling for position between him and Wol Maiwen. Stanford will go to the bench. Tim Ellison will come on. Maybe, perhaps, he'll have to wait to come in. Wol Maiwen will shoot 2. Maiwen getting the start tonight for Tri-City. Strong on the first. Now Ellison will come on. He'll go 1 for 2. He's up to 14. Is Maiwen. One possession game. Here's Bennett. Bennett uses the screen. Steps through, banks it in. Crafty move, silky smooth. Was C.J. Bennett navigating his way through that ball screen. Now here's Towns II. Neal had a notion. Towns the second with the pump fake. He'll pull it up inside the three-point line, and that'll splash down. So Towns the second with the field goal, cuts the lead back to 2. Here CJ once again snakes his way through, and Maiwen, he'll bank it into his own net as he tried to find that rebound, fighting for position with Ellison. And Bennett with the tie-up. So a jump ball here. Towns the second wanted contact and a couple free throws, but CJ Bennett, you can see in the replay, outstanding defense. Excuse me, that's Brandon Bellotti, not Bennett. That was able to get back on defense in transition, so he'll jump it up with Towns the second. And Bellotti easily wins that jump. Pull up, Jones won't go. Jones gets it back. Can't finish. CJ's fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So nice follow there by CJ Bennett. A couple free throws coming up for him. So the Tide now over the limit. Both teams will shoot free throws the rest of the way with 3:50 remaining here in the period. Bennett, a 75% free throw shooter on the season. He'll go 2 for 2. So CJ providing a much needed spark off the bench tonight for Tim Kendrick and the Hoopers. Here's Towns the second, gets inside and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. So Jones picks up his third personal. Couple shots from the free throw line for James Towns the second. Rim in the first one. He'll split the pair. Bellotti gets downhill, he'll kick it out. Jones. Corner three by Tynes, won't fall. And Neal will chase it down for Tri-City. Here's Jamison Jr. for 3. It's good. Can't leave that man wide open from distance. Struggled in the early going. The first 4 3-pointers didn't fall for him tonight. He saw that one wide open. He makes it go down. Here's Ellison. Ellison, fadeaway, it's good. Teddy Ephraim has come on for Tri-City. Pull up by Towns the second. This time it won't go. Now Bennett, between the legs to Tynes. Tynes with the floater in the lane, gets the shooter's roll. And Josiah Tynes with some quality minutes off the bench for the Hoopers tonight. 3 is good, an awkward looking shot. Ephraim from downtown. CJ trying from distance, it won't go. 1 and done for the Hoopers. Here's Jamison Jr. Neal with the pump fake. Latney's corner 3, got it. Here's Tynes putting pressure on the rim, he'll pull it out. And Ellison pushed in the center of the back by Neal. And Tim will shoot 2. So a timeout on the floor, minute 43 remaining in the quarter. We're tied up at 75 apiece. We've got a great game going here tonight between these two teams. Halifax coming into this one 6-9 on the season. Tri-City first in the Atlantic Canada division at 15-3. Tri-City 4-1 in their last 5 games, coming off 2 convincing wins on the road in Newfoundland versus the Rogues. Halifax, on the other hand, coming off a win versus Port City, 111-108, trying to go back-to-back here and defeat Tri-City for the second time this season. Tim Ellison leading the way for the Hoopers with 15. Jamison Jr. with 16. Dossie's got 14, and Maiwen also with 14 for Tri-City. Allison with a couple free throws out of the timeout to add to his totals. Bellotti, Jones, Tynes, and Bennett for Tim Kendrick. And Tri-City will stay with the lineup that they had before the timeout was called. And this time, Ellison with an empty trip. Here's Dossie. Towns the second. And he'll draw the contact on Tynes. And James Towns the second will go back to the free throw line. So Josiah will pick up his first. So Ellison will go to the bench for the Hoopers. Towns the second knocks down both. And Tri-City takes a 2-point lead. Jones with the pull-up, and he'll tie it right back up. So Mason Jones. Here's Towns the second. Neal for 3 in the lead, got it. Under a minute left in the quarter. Bellotti, nice catch by C.J. Bennett, he'll bank it home. Towns the second now. Drives baseline. Dossie's three-pointer, it won't fall. Chased down by Jamison Jr. for 3, got it. Does it again, C.J. Jamison Jr., couple three-pointers here, and a late one that hurts Halifax. Lead up to 4, and the Hoopers will hold for the last shot. Bellotti gets inside, and Bellotti barrels right into the center of the chest of Towns the second. So Bellotti will pick up his first. Still some time here for Tri-City with 2.1 remaining in the period. Catch and shoot situation. And Jamison Jr. doesn't get it off in time. Outstanding defense by Josiah Tynes. So 3 quarters completed here at the complex. The Hoopers trailing at 83-79. Back inside the Zatzman Arena Complex here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Halifax Hoopers trailing the Tri-City Tide 83-78. Vince Williams on hand, the entire Maritime Athletic Profiles crew here on TBL TV. And the oop is there for Emprium. Wow. Wow, what a move right at the start of the quarter. Towns the second with the alley-oop. Emprium able to nail it with two hands. So a reset on the shot clock, but what a start to this fourth period. You see Towns the second there in the slow-mo. Backdoor as Teddy got lost, but Teddy was fouled on a two-handed slam. Got behind the defense. Scott will inbound. He'll start the period along with Hoggs, Stanford, Jones, Davis, and Ellison. That jumper won't fall. Towns the second will bring it over the timeline. It's Dossie, Maiwen, and Neal. Towns the second drops it off, and again, the two-man game works to perfection. Ellison jaws the double. Course pass is ripped away by Neal. So ill-advised pass cross court by Ellison. Now Dossie will direct traffic for Tri-City. Towns the second, blow by, lays it up and in. Now James Towns the second is really putting a stamp on this game in the second half. Davis three-pointer won't fall. 11-point lead. It's a full change here for Halifax. All five will come on. Actually, Ellison will stay on. He'll stay out there. 4 out of the 5 will come in. It's Tynes, Jones, Bennett, and Bellotti. Dossie. Jones. Dossie turns the corner and lays it up and in. My goodness, what a move by DQ Dossie. Here's Jones now. Wants the screen, draws the double. Jones gets it back. Jones banks it in. Jones up to 12. And the run out's there. Bellotti with the kick out. Three-pointer on the way by Tynes. Bennett, he'll knock down the midi. Back to 11-point game. Towns the second. Three-pointer. Got it! Plus the foul for James Towns the second. And he has exploded here in the second half. And the conversation between him and Mason Jones continuing. But right now, James Towns the second has been the difference and the storyline in this game in the second half. He has taken full control of this game, especially in the half court. Halifax needs an answer for James Towns the second. And he completes the 4-point play. Had 7 points in that third period as Bennett steps out of bounds. Mistake starting to mount here for the Hoopers, as this one's starting to get away from them with 8:24 remaining, trailing at 97-82. But man, what can you say about James Towns II? "13 points for him. He's got 5 in the quarter. Excuse me, actually he has 7 in the quarter for Towns II. He had a layup. Plus he had a 3-point play, a couple layups and a 3-point play. Still doesn't add up, but nonetheless he's got 7 in this quarter. Couple layups and a 3-pointer. Still doing the math wrong, am I? Still trying to figure it out here. We'll have to look at the numbers to see what he's got, but he is on fire right now as it continues to change. Let's see exactly what he has officially. But all I know is James Towns II has been the difference, facilitating and scoring. Take a look at his numbers right now. 13 in the game officially. Slow start, didn't play much in the first half. But he has been a difference maker here in the second half. And there is the aforementioned Towns II. Towns II, step through. Allison with the rebound. Jones for 3. That's way off the side of the backboard. Poked away by Bennett. Ellison. Tough catch, kicks it out for Bennett for 3. Maiwen with the rebound. Towns II. Pull up. Great contest there by Bennett. Maiwen will try for 3. Neal with the rebound, behind the back, dribble and banks it in. Tynes will inbound. Now Jones looking for the ball screen. Drops it off to Bellotti. Tynes cuts backdoor, but Maiwen erases that attempt by Tynes. Off the shoulder of Jones, it will stay Tri-City's possession. Davis and Scott will come back for the Hoopers. Getting late in this one. Hoopers trailing at 99-82, just over 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Need a stop here on this possession. Here's Towns the second. Three-pointer. That'll rim out. Maiwen keeps it alive, and he'll draw the foul on Ellison. Wol Maiwen will shoot two. Stanford in now for the Hoopers. Maiwen will split the pair. Bennett baseline jumper. Stays Hoopers' possession. Bennett won't go. Stanford with the follow. And Scott will be called for the foul. Latney. Left it short. Davis with the rebound. Bennett steps into a three. That'll rim out. Tynes with the jumper, won't go. It'll stay Hoopers' ball. Davis gets inside, banks it in. Strong move by Tone. Latney spins in the lane, poked away by Bennett. Davis counted, plus the foul. And Tone Davis will go to the line to complete the three-point play. It all started on the defensive end, poked away by Bennett, and look at that outstanding one-handed pass by Tyler Scott. Was able to find Davis on the run-out. So the two veterans here, Tone Davis and Tyler Scott, with trying to provide the push here for the Hoopers. Davis gets the shooter's roll. Need down to 13. Hoopers need another stop. Jamison Jr. will draw the foul on Bennett. And CJ Jamison Jr. will shoot two. CJ with his second, team's fourth. Jamison Jr. with a couple from the free throw line. Tynes, strong move, and Tynes draws the foul. Josiah will shoot two. Latney walks it over the timeline. Dossie looking for the screen. DQ pulls it out. Poked away by Tynes. Stanford on the run out. Bennett, the Stanford, blocked from behind by Maiwen, then erased by Jamison Jr. Outstanding defense in the paint there by Tri-City. Just over 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Dossie drops it off to Maiwen. Can't handle the pass. It'll be Hoopers basketball. So Halifax looking for a late push here. Need to execute on offense. Bennett with the teardrop off the glass. Good offensive possession there by the Hoopers. Latney, kick out. Dossie will wait. Under 10. Latney, pull up. Second chance here, stolen by Hogg. Bennett throws it up to Tynes. Bennett gets it back. Tynes couldn't come up with the rebound. Now Dossie wisely pulls it out. It's DQ. Draws the double. DQ escapes. Drives baseline. Jamison Jr. for three. Splash. And that's how the second half has been going for Tri-City as DQ Dossie finds a wide open CJ Jamison Jr. for three. Pushes the lead back up to 15. And the Hoopers call timeout with 2:08 remaining in regulation. And just a reminder, folks, the next home game here will be Sunday, where Port City will come in. Mother's Day, and should be a good crowd on hand here at the Zatzman Arena complex. Where the Port City Power will come in. Last meeting between the Power and the Hoopers. The Hoopers able to get it done on the road. 111 to 108. So Halifax with some work to do with 2:08 remaining. Here's Tynes. Jones comes in out of the timeout. Maiwen with another block shot. So Wol Maiwen has got it done on both ends of the floor tonight. Latne inside, stripped away, stolen by Jones. Hogg, straight line drive, he's fouled from behind by Dossie. And a couple free throws here for Hogg. So that'll be the third personal on Dossie. Two for two for Hogg. .90 seconds remaining in regulation. 13-point lead for Tri-City. Maiwen stripped by Bennett. Bennett end to end, and Maiwen erases it. He chases it down from behind. Wow. What a play by Wol Maiwen. Gave up possession on one end of the floor, ran 90 feet. The block that shot attempt by Bennett from behind. Ties for three. Bennett chases it down, and Maiwen with the steal. Latne will lay it up and in. Jones off the glass. Dossie. Count it. So Teddy will go to the line to complete the three-point play. And he does. Don't think Jones will dribble this one out for the Hoopers. He's been very aggressive tonight, and Jones banks it in. Jameson Jr. will get it over the timeline, and Tri-City will dribble it out as they'll pick up their 16th win on the season. Their record 16-3, Halifax 6-10. So a 3 p.m. tip-off here on Mother's Day, where Port City will come in. Mom will get in for free.